All right. It looks like we're live. Yay! I love this group. You guys are amazing. Kind of quiet, but that's okay. Things will pick up, I'm assuming. If you do have questions, have a challenge, have a barrier, you need help with something, post it in the group. That's what the group is for. It's here as a tool, a place to vent about what's going on with your diabetes and get help. It is a tremendous amount of learning, understanding, and grasping so much. And we all are in a unique place in our journey. We all have different experiences. Our bodies are affected differently by wherever we are, whether you're pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic. We all are dealing with so much, right? We have so many challenges. Life will throw us a curveball. People will try to sabotage us and pull us in a direction that we really don't want to go or don't need to go. So let's join together and let's help each other. The biggest thing that I had when I was first informed that I had type 2 diabetes was feeling alone. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I dove deep into the education piece of it, is because I am so passionate about this topic. I'm extremely aware and also afraid, right? I'm also afraid of my own detriment. I'm afraid of the effects that are going to occur or how bad it'll get down the road. I'm afraid of so many things. And I feel like having people in my community, within reach, people that I can connect with or talk to, get to know, build, like, know, and trust with, will allow me to have the resources and knowledge that I need, right? There's so many things that are developing in the diabetic arena for coverage and health and testing and education and learning and, new fads, new this, new that. It's nice to be able to have a sounding board. It's nice to have people that I can reach out to, that I can trust, that I have met, have talked to on the phone, or been in this community with for a while, and we've built a bond. So, I can't do that on my own Facebook page. I really can't. Like, people just don't understand. Even when I scroll through my news feed, it's just a conglomerate of a lot of things that I should avoid, like, recipes and partying and alcohol and things that, really I don't want to be exposed to, because then it kind of like pulls you in that direction. Like, oh, I want to try that. Oh, I want to do that. And that's really, it's very important to know and take notice of those things and be aware and make good choices to have your environment be clean, have people around you, surrounding you, be positive and motivational in a healthy kind of way. But today's topic, I want to use your time up wisely. I try to keep these under 15 minutes. But the topic I wanted to talk about that my heart weighed heavily on today, and it really wasn't actually brought up in this group, it was brought up in another group. And I really felt compelled to talk about it. So it was, am I really hungry? And I also read, by doing a little bit of recon before jumping on this live, it's actually stated by a doctor that people actually eat in the United States more often for reasons other than to fuel their body. So think about it. And I talk about this all the time in my courses. I have several courses on Udemy. I'm also an educator on Udemy. I'm also going to be very soon an educator on Live, Learn, Teach, another platform where, again, I'm just promoting and advocating for preventing type 2 diabetes and getting control of your blood sugar levels. But, it's funny that I was going somewhere with this. I lost track of my thoughts. But it is, oh yeah, so we have 200 food choices a day. That's something I talk a lot about in my teachings and my courses. And you think about it, you see billboards, you see advertisements, you hear advertisements. People offer you M&Ms or you find a pack of cookies or something, in the car that somebody left, or chips. Or somebody offers to buy you lunch. There's just, you go to the store to get some oil for your car. You're at an auto shop and there's a vending machine. You go through the hallway to the library or anywhere there's vending machines, right? There was somewhere, I was at a store yesterday and I heard the vending machine, processing someone's money and getting soda. That's a food choice. That's a choice. I chose to take notice of it. Oh, I didn't know there was a vending machine there, and, chose to keep going on my merry way. Soda is not something that I'm drawn to anyways. I quit soda when I was 20, thank goodness. But, we do have a lot of decisions to make in a day, a minimum of 200 food choices a day. But anyway, so really what you need to think about when you're feeling the need to eat is to slow down, right? Slow down and think, am I celebrating something? Am I bored? Am I lonely? Am I sad? Am I stressed? Is this an emotional moment right now for good, bad, or ugly? What is going on right now in this moment that tells me that I need to eat, right? Or is it physical hunger? Like you're feeling like, okay, my thoughts are getting a little more clouded. I'm feeling a little lightheaded. I'm feeling like energy's shrinking. I'm actually feeling like some hunger pains in my stomach. That's true hunger. And maybe it's been a few hours since you ate. And truthfully, for many, 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 many years, I would set my alarm. I would eat. Well, first I would hydrate, eat, hydrate. But as soon as I took my first bite, I would set the alarm for 2.5 hours. For years, I did that. Why? Because I didn't want to forget to eat. I'm the type of person that's really, really, really busy. I love to be in high motion, fast speed. And in fact, actually, before I started my health journey and really got control of my blood sugar levels, I used to think that working through the day and not eating would get more done. It's not true. You actually get less done. You're less productive. You're moody. You're cranky. By the time you get home, you're just a raging mean person. And you're exhausted, right? Because your blood sugars are my blood sugars were spiking all day long and I mostly was using stimulants. But secondly, I would fuel up with something sweet out of my drawer in the middle of the day because I thought in my mind that was okay, right? I was eating very little calories up until dinner time, and then I would eat all my calories at dinner. I thought that was okay. It's not. But kind of back to, am I hungry? And really thinking, maybe you are bored, right? Maybe you just ate and you're truthfully bored. If you're really truthfully bored, what hobbies do you have? What are you learning? What are you aspiring to achieve? What do you want to master? What do you want to be really good at? What is it that you enjoy doing? And I really like things that have to do with nature or arts or crafts, right? Unless it's something you want to learn and teach others, that's incredible. Dive into that so damn deep that, it's just, you are the master. You know it inside out and backwards. You know every style of that, whatever it is that you want to teach or know or learn. Could be anything. Could be martial arts, could be crocheting, could be quilting. I don't care. But find a hobby. Find something to fill your time. If you're lonely, find a way to get more social. Find a way. You could jump in this group and start a live video. I forget what they call them. They call them a room, I think. You can start that. I did once in the health group, the hashtag health group. It was a mad mess. It was when it first opened up. I clicked on it and like 20 people popped in there. And it's not like Zoom. Hopefully all of you have done Zoom before. It's not like Zoom where you can mute people. You can't mute anybody. And the backgrounds you can change, and it's pretty funny. So the whole room was like adults, but they were acting like they were 3 years old and just laughing. And so I let everybody carry on. I actually went in there to talk about a topic like today, and it was just pure chaos. But find a way to not be lonely anymore, right? So if you are single and you want to date, there's so many ways to date now. Like, obviously with COVID, it makes it a little more complicated, but start meeting people, right? Meetup.com is great. I actually run meetup.com locally here in Spokane, Washington. It's shut down right now because of COVID. I don't want to pull together so many people and get in trouble. But there's so many ways, join local groups, a church, volunteer, find a way to fill your time and stop being so lonely, right? So whatever time of day that is that you're feeling lonely and wanting to eat, find things to do during that time of day that fills that time so you can avoid that. Feeling sad. I always tell my clients when they're feeling sad or, in maybe a depression, I always ask them, are you going outside at least 10 minutes a day and getting out in the sun, right? Exposing as much of your body as possible to the sunlight. Even today it's gloomy, but just being outside just for 10 minutes, just to be in nature, just to sit, right? I'm not asking you to go bask in the sun and get a sunburn or get skin cancer. I'm just asking you to be out in nature. Be in nature, be outside in the light. Make sure you're taking high quality vitamin D that's fortified with K. Make sure you're, of course, eating healthy, high natural, high octane nutrient foods. Make sure you're sleeping well, hydrating, all the things, right? What is the root of the sadness? Whatever that sadness is, we need to resolve that too, right? Maybe through counselor, maybe through therapy, but know that we can't change the past. We can't predict the future. All you can do is make choices today and focus on today and what you're grateful for. If you're stressed, you've got to de-stress every day. You've got to de-stress every day. Even if it's just 2 minutes, find ways to de-stress, whether that's meditation or yoga or going for a walk, walking the dog, maybe dog walking somebody else's dog if you don't have a dog. But find a way, whatever that is for you, where you feel like your stress levels go from 10 to 1, do that every day. For me, right now in the summertime, it's driving my sports car. I'm telling you what, I can have the most rotten day ever. I go get in my car, put the music up loud, go for a fast drive, and I am all better in less than 60 seconds. Many other things too. I love to go thrifting. I love to go shopping. I love spending time with my daughter. I know when I feel like that meter is going up to like a 6 or a 7 on the scale of the stress scale, I have to decompress. I look at my calendar, I find a block of time that no one's scheduled, I'm not teaching, I'm not training, and I block it out and I intentionally do something fun, something I enjoy. Maybe it's go get my nails done, like they need to get done now. But I find something that takes my stress level down, right? I used to be really bad at that. Emotional, whatever that emotion is, let's resolve that. Let's find a way to cure it other than food. Call someone, call a loved one, whatever it is that you need to do. Write someone a letter. How long has it been since you've actually received a handwritten letter from someone, right? So reach out to me if you need help with that, need some more ideas. And remember, if you haven't been on a phone call with me, don't be afraid. Book a call with me. It's free, no obligation. I'm not going to push anything on you. I might offer some suggestions and tell you what I can do for you. But everybody, you get a free call, and everybody gets a free week in my wellness app. So if you haven't heard that or knew that, that's available for you. So if you are really hungry, you will be content with the food that you have available. So all you picky eaters out there, are you really picky, or are you being choosy because you're really not hungry, right? I've had a few clients that have been extremely picky, but it was more about the texture thing. Like they could not get over texture. So they do have a very limited menu that they choose from, but that's because they're so picky. But trust your body. Know the true signals of hunger. So, again, how long's it been? You need to eat 6 times a day. I know everybody's like, what? I have to do what? Yes. Eat immediately when you wake up, within 20 minutes and every 3 hours after that. Should be 6 times a day. Small meals with protein. So look at how long it's been since you've ate. Hopefully your time, you set an alarm. Look at your timer. Again, small portions. Don't get too hungry. When you get too hungry, maybe it's been 4 hours, 5 hours since you ate, you're going past hunger, right? You're starving. You're going to eat too much. Choose the wrong thing. Like your willpower goes down the toilet. So, it's important to know that where your hunger meter is, how long it's been since you've ate, and don't go too hungry. Plan and prepare and have your food ready to go a day in advance. I always know what I'm going to eat a day in advance. Every night for dinner, I always cook for 2 more people. Why? Because that's 2 meals for the next day. That's how I do it. It makes it so much easier. Makes life so much easier. And then my leftovers aren't old, right? I stick to just 1 day old leftovers. But listen to your body more. Slow down. Take your meals slower. Eat them at a table on a plate with a real fork and knife, not out of a bag or out of a carton or a Tupperware. Eat it slowly. Be mindful. Enjoy your food. It helps the digestion. I noticed that a lot of people more and more are having all kinds of surgeries because of their poor digestion, and it's because of the high-speed lives that they've had. They're scarfing down food. They're going hours and hours and hours without eating food, and then they just eat and gorge and binge, and it's because it's so hard on your digestion. Digestion actually starts with your eyes, then your nose. Look, it hasn't even hit your mouth yet, right? Your eyes, you got to see it, and then you smell it. Saliva starts happening. That's part of the digestion. The American way is just scarf, scarf, scarf at a red light in your car, out of a bag. Yes, it's bad for us. All right, so I am over 15 minutes. I'm always trying to get it under that 15 minutes. But listen to your body. Take your blood sugar, right? You should maintain 70 to 110 always, right? That's what the goal is. If you need help getting there, I can help you. Reach out to me. Let's dial that in. There's ways to do that. And again, remember to stay hydrated before you eat, after you eat. Get in the habit of drinking a lot of water. In the health group, so it's #health, you're welcome to join both be in this group and the other group. We actually have a water challenge for October. I really recommend joining that. It's free. There's no awards or anything. There's just a weekly check-in. But it does help your blood sugar levels tremendously to stay hydrated. 90% of your blood is water, so it's really, really important to stay hydrated. But again, figure out, is it really hunger or is it emotional? Look for, pleasure. Pleasure is something that oftentimes I look at with my clients or work through quite often in the very beginning. They look at food as pleasure, right? Food is enjoyment. Food is pleasure. It really shouldn't be. I mean, I'm not saying eat horrible, disgusting food. I'm just saying you got to learn how to cook healthy, eat healthy, and know that it's just to fuel your body until the next 3 hours, right? 90% of the time, food should be just fuel. It shouldn't be viewed as enjoyment or celebration or pleasure. I posted that actually on my personal page about, how a lot of us learned our poor eating habits from our childhood. We were rewarded with cookies and cake and everything else if we ate everything on our plate or cleaned our room or were a good boy or good girl, So these are created really bad eating habits in a lot of us. Or we had to clean our plates, or we had to this, had to that. I didn't do any of that with my kids. My kids love food. They love actually high-end, expensive food. They love eating healthy. They understand food completely. They do enjoy food. They do see it as, and we go on food tours. That's part of one of the things that we do when we travel, but they really, really understand the need for having a protein with every meal. They understand why. But I'm so incredibly proud of how they turned out, and it was kind of like a gamble almost. It's like, I'm not going to raise my kids like I was raised. And truthfully, they're amazing human beings. They're incredible, and they fuel their body often. They ask me all the time for my latest, greatest knowledge and implement it, and it's amazing and it's incredible. But yeah, so, and they love veggies, and they help me cook. They bring ideas to me, inspire me. They were the ones that taught me about nutritional yeast. I put that on all kinds of veggies. And but anyways, they're great kids. And so anyways, I feel like I'm rambling, but learn to know the difference between hunger and emotional eating. Resolve those other issues. Fill your time. Don't be bored. If you're stressed, tired, sad, whatever, resolve those issues, but not with food, with other things. Hi, Alan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what kidneys hour means. But maybe you're meaning hydration is really important, 120 ounces a day, but never more than 30 ounces in an hour. Maybe that's what you're referring to. It is very important as a pre-diabetic or diabetic to take care of your kidneys. It's extremely important. Actually, you should be peeing a minimum of 7 times a day. So that's another indicator. I know that might be what you're referring to. You had a big post in the other group, and I really wasn't understanding where you were going with that. But we were at a kidney specialist just a couple of weeks ago, and we had a great debate about it, and that's what he agreed. He concurred. It's not about necessarily how much water you drink, it's how much you're peeing. But we agreed that 7 to 10 times a day is appropriate. But that usually accumulates out to anywhere between 65 and 120 ounces a day, depending on the human being and the person. But if you're wanting to lose weight, how you lose weight is through breath, through sweat, and urination. So if you're wanting to lose weight, you're wanting to get your blood sugars down, 120 ounces a day is the key. So, all right. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for saying hi, Alan. Make sure you say reply down below if you're watching replay, if you're watching the replay. That way more people can see this and know that it was a good video, and also reminds me to keep doing these. So, all right, guys. Thank you. Have a good week.